Hello, disc golf enthusiasts, and welcome back to round 2 lead card coverage of Discraft's 30th CCR Open. We're here in Holt, Michigan at Burchfield Park. Today we are playing River's Edge. It is a tighter, more technical course than Renegade Trail. I'm excited to watch our players shape some shots. My name's Nick Hanson. Alongside me is Chandler Fry. Chandler, what are you looking for out of our card today?
I am looking for accuracy. I'm looking for shot shapes, committed shots, down the gap, staying in the fairway. There's a lot of trouble to be had off the fairway. So just commit to your shot and make those putts.
Taking a look at our leaderboard here, a couple in double digits, plenty of people right behind if you're not on your A game here at this course. Like you're saying, you're going to need double digits, so let's get it right into our card here.
Yeah, first off, we have Lhotak, fantastic player, putting with the Wizard and the Berg. Getting that Mako 3 flying from mid-rangers, throwing a lot of flippy discs. He's got the T-Birds, the Leopards. Good all-around player. I haven't seen much of him, but I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, Luke Taylor is joining us again today after his stellar play yesterday. Discraft-sponsored player. Gonna see the challengers from him, the Buzz, and I would assume maybe some Athenas here, maybe a Raptor as well with these tight lines.
Yeah, followed by Austen Bates, Prodigy sponsored. Big boy.
He's tall.
He's tall. Throwing the PA 3s, all those numbers and letters that make up Prodigy discs.
Super easy to spit out. Up next, though, we have Andrew Martin, also a Prodigy sponsored player. Same similar disc setup, putting the PA 3, pretty common for a lot of those guys to be putting that beaded putter, but I'm sure we're going to see some of those fairways for these tight gaps here. Let's get into hole 1, Chandler.
This course starts off tough. You got to hit this tight gap right off the tee pad, and they actually move this position a little farther left and up the hill. This footage, I believe, is from last year. It's actually another 35-40 feet up the hill to the left, so you got to be committed. You got to throw it high through that gap and finish hard left.
And Dylan sporting the fake overalls. I love to see it.
Those are fake?
I think they're just on the shirt, yeah. So wouldn't that be fake?
I'd have more respect if he actually wore overalls.
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet.
Pretty cool.
I'm digging the shirt, though.
Yeah, good looking line. Yeah. You parked the old position.
Parked the old position on that little dirt pad.
Yeah. And that's not the worst play. It gives you an opportunity to get that birdie. Slightly uphill, not the hardest putt.
Do you think the position actually makes it a little easier?
I think the difficulty has remained about the same. If we were to look at the numbers from last year as far as in comparison to par, I think we're going to see pretty similar numbers. Because I'm sure the same percentage is hitting the trees in the gap. The same percentage is throwing low. This looks nice and committed. It's going to be a bit long. Circle 2 look.
Also 10 down in round 1, we have Austen Bates.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is I feel like with it being on the flat now, you have the ability to run it from so many more places, whereas before, with it being on the hillside, you have the, constant thought of your head that, if it's not in and I hit metal, I could be rolling all the way to the bottom of the hill.
It's true. It's a good point. It's just a difficult hole to stick. And if I think the play would be to throw it slightly long so you do have that flat look at a birdie coming back. And that has the height but doesn't have the distance. I'd say it does.
Wow. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a little short as well, but right up there by the basket.
Yeah, white shirts, always kind of sketchy in the summer with dirt, bugs, sweat. Interesting fashion choice by Andrew, but he's a Michigan local. He knows what he's doing, so I will let him do his thing. I'm liking the bucket hat. Little low. Yeah.
Going to be low and short there as well. But out of there, should be able to get up and down pretty easily for his par. Wow. Giving it a bit almost from deep. Here's Luke from circle 2.
A little low. Good bid from that distance, though. That's a good sign. And Dylan to increase his lead. I believe he was 11 down to start the round. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, so gets him to 11.
Yeah, 3 10s and 1 9 coming into this round for our card.
In my head, I had 11 down for Dylan for some reason. Austen to start off with a nice little birdie. Beautiful. Yeah, towering over the basket.
Yeah, this is a great birdie actually to start. Only 7 birdies on the day, playing at .18 over par.
It's a lot higher than I expect. Hole's got teeth. Hole 2, an old toboggan hill going way downhill past this little bridge. I always thought they should make a triple mando under the bridge, but they haven't done it yet. Finishing well out here onto a little hill where the basket is located at the very top. It's a touchy little approach. The goal is to get as far off the tee pad as possible. Get down there that hill past the bridge. And let's see how Dylan attacks this hole. I believe he's throwing a destroyer here. He has a mixed bag. If this pops up, yeah, you want that to glide right a little more. But anything on the left side, it's pretty open.
Yeah, the miss is left. As long as you get past the tree that's just past the bridge, you're going to have a pretty easy approach for the right-hand backhand player.
Clean release from Austen. Nice and stable. Yeah, finding that left side as well.
And no surprise, actually, with this stat, the hole played almost a half a stroke under par for our field.
Yeah, pretty wide open. Not a lot of danger. You can flex a shot. You can hyzer a shot.
That one is crunched.
It's always good when you make the cameraman move.
Hyzering out a little early, but still going to be in a position to get up and down. Going to be a wide open approach.
Yeah, it's a nice little hyzer from that position.
The real trouble is, as you can see, the green runs away on both sides, so you really want to get up to that flat. If you do get, coming in with too much speed, you have the ability to skip from inside the circle, outside the circle with how this green sits. Kevin going with the good approach there. Austen going with the good approach there, trying to skip up that hill with the sidearm.
Dylan kind of showing us that circle 2 power. He's got that jump putt. A nice little spinner. Stick in the green. And here's our first little tester of the round for Andrew.
Right side and out.
Hopefully it stayed on top. Yeah. Starting off birdie, making a nice little putt there. I believe he played a flex start C-tier the day before this tournament and shot 12 down?
He shot 12 down at Renegade.
Okay.
And I think he shot 11 here.
Yeah, so the kid had, he's 29. He's younger than me. The kid has game.
Yeah, Dylan unfortunately getting a par there after being inside the circle for birdie. We're going to move on to hole 3.
Hole 3, 320 feet. Not that long, but very technical. There's this gap that the drone is flying through. And then the secondary gap, or the secondary set of trees that you have to navigate through. And the hole finishes slightly to the right. Majority of players, if they have it, are throwing that forehand. I like throwing that flippy mid-range play down the middle. You see the turn on that. That's what you want to see.
Looking great. And there's another one. Austen looking to start off the round with a turkey.
Gobble, gobble. Looking good.
Luke up next, also lining up that sidearm.
Yeah, that's a danger. A little inside connects with that tree. Just not committed enough. Not enough turn on it.
Oh. It's hard. The shot looks really good, but, you catch one of those late trees going through that secondary gap, and you end up quite short in circle 2.
Yeah, this is a good taste of what the rest of the round it looks like on this course. Tight, wooded, lots of gap shots, lots of tempoing down, throwing some slower discs, focusing up on accuracy.
Luke is just having to kind of just give it a spin approach there, jumper to lay up again, unfortunately. Oh, and he thought he had it too, starting that walk in.
Brutal. Yes, sir.
These guys on our card got close if Luke's having to putt again. Oh boy, and look at these 2 shots.
I'd take that every time.
I'd pay good money for those birdies. If I get,
How much?
Maybe like $20 or so.
So they're pretty cheap.
We only
cheap
played
birdies.
the course once. I was thinking we played it more than once for a second, but
That's fair.
20 spot for a birdie, that ain't bad. Gets kind of expensive. You have to do it on every hole.
You'll probably make it back if you spend $20 on that birdie. Austen Bates. I feel like he's had this same distance putt for the first 3 holes. There we go. Yeah, looking strong, starting off with that turkey.
I would love to start any and every round with 3 almost bullseyes.
$60. Hole 4, 276 feet, pretty similar to the last shot. We'll see some sidearms. Really just want to finish up here, get into this little bowl where the basket is located right in the middle of. Yeah, a lot of mid-range touchy shots like this. This looks fantastic.
Oh,
This guy
so
is
money.
on fire.
Wow, that's awesome. The one thing that I think people don't really notice is that this hole is slightly uphill.
I didn't know that.
And if you don't notice that, sometimes you're throwing it short on what is, a pretty short hole.
Yeah. Definitely does not feel good to throw short on a 275-foot hole. Luke connecting early. He is going to be scrambling. That is a tough position to be in. He's got the flannel and the overall. I love that shirt. A little low, but it creeps up there.
Ooh, yeah, rides all the way into that half pipe. And scramble he does. If that sits down, as it does, he's going to be looking at an easy par putt there.
Yeah, all those trees kind of funnel into that bowl right there. A little wide, but gets a tree right by Luke.
Little hesitation there. Thought it might fall out.
Yeah, kind of sketchy.
Although these courses are opposite, they both demand quite a bit of birdies.
Yes,
You need to be-
similar amount.
You
Yeah.
need to be headed towards that double digits. Austen obviously on pace. Some of these guys here struggling a little bit to get started here, but it is early.
Yeah, I think once again, a lot of us are just aiming for that 10 down goal. Anything extra is fantastic. But if we can get to that 10 down, that means our round is good, and we're in good position for the last day. And we're making moves on moving day. Very nice. Starting to see some birdies from all the competitors on our card.
Austen with his 4th CTP in a row for the card.
Yeah, like They're all like 20 feet.
They're so close. He came to play today.
It's a tough pace to keep up, but hopefully he can keep it going. Hole 5. Short little downhill hole with trouble on the right, trouble on the left, kind of on a spine, a lot of rollaways. Just a little touch forehand, a little touch putter down there. Something that you want to hit the ground and just burn into the ground, hit the grass, slow it down. And he is testing that it'll be on the left. Kind of a sketchy putt coming back, too. Definitely a misrelease from Austen there.
Burning one over as well, and he's going to find that OB, actually. I feel like this course just tests you very mentally with the distance it gives you, because the shots that you're required to throw in this front nine you would think are very, very routine for all of these MPO players. And I think it adds a part of like the mental side of the game that you're not used to, because you just feel like you have to get everything.
Yep.
Compared to some of the other courses that you'll play at, your local spots, where a 5 to 7 or 8 is really good. But here this weekend, you need to be 8 to 12 consistently to be in that top conversation.
Every round, yeah. It's just a birdie or die course, and that feeling kind of intensifies as the round goes on. Nice little upshot from Andrew there. And I will say the left side OB, I wouldn't really call that even in play. The fact that one player found it, 2 players almost found it is pretty crazy on a lead card.
Yeah, for a 236-foot hole, missing, 40 left or right, it's pretty bad for these guys.
Yeah. And Austen is human, unfortunately. A little high.
Oh, no.
Ouch. He was in bounds, though, so this will probably be for a bogey.
Wow, after that start, not what he wanted to do.
Essentially, it takes away that good start, because now he's just having an average start.
Yeah.
2 down through 4 holes, 5 holes.
He'll go to 3 down, I think, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But Luke Taylor making a good putt there from about the circle's edge, getting himself to 2 under on the round.
Yeah, 3 down through 5 holes is not that bad, actually, now that I think about it. But with his start on that hole,
yeah,
you got to get that birdie.
when you go 4 for 4, you expect to get this one, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just a little downhill chip shot.
Yep, just some putting yips, and he's walking away with a bogey. Hole 6, our second par 4. 482 feet. Where am I going with this? Get out the gap into the open as far as you can up the hill, leaving you with a second shot through some trees. But the farther you get off the tee pad, the better you are. Luke showing off that power.
He has the ability to get up the hill and give himself an eagle bid.
That is smashed.
When he does just that,
He's got a jump putt.
Yeah. This hole is playing against the easiest hole in the course. As long as you get out of this gap, you should be able to give yourself a look for birdie.
Yeah, and that's fine as well. Halfway up the hill. The basket is obstructed. You can't see it. So Luke definitely has an advantage.
I would say for myself, I'm playing to that left side. It gives me a little more open approach, and then it also gives my disc a little more time to potentially get up the hill if it's fading, instead of, throwing it right into it straight out in front.
Yeah, kind of like this right here.
I mean, that was a laser right to the top of the hill.
That was kind of opposite of what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, if I could do that confidently, I'd probably do that every time.
Yeah, top of the hill. That's perfect.
But this is more of my landing zone, and then
Oh, yeah.
the nice easy sidearm approach into the green.
Easy birdie for Austen.
Gonna get himself back on track, hopefully.
Yeah. Andrew connecting with some early brush. He's going to have a long look. This is an eagle putt. You don't see that very often on this hole.
Oh, and he gives it a pretty good run from that distance, honestly.
Also an eagle putt.
I'm honestly surprised we had 2 discs get to the top of the hill in this hole.
Those are crushes.
Big time drives. Andrew here has this to save his birdie. I say save because, you know, a lot of these players are feeling like this is another must get here with it being only a under 500 foot par 4.
Back on track. 4 down through 6. Austen Bates. Yet to get a par.
I had to. You have to give a little something.
Dylan with a bit of an awkward lie with some trees in the way.
Taking his time here. Want to make sure he gets this birdie here after that last hole.
And this basket is pretty exposed to the wind. You can see the branches up above moving. So yeah, definitely a good idea to take some time, think about your putt. It'd be interesting to know how many holes averaged over par on this course. I would guess 3.
You are correct.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
Great Lakes Disc, located in Grand Rapids, Michigan, is a fully stocked retail disc golf store that fulfills all of your disc golf needs. We carry all of the major manufacturers, accessories, and offer player and event sponsorship, along with tournament payout assistance. To learn more about Great Lakes Disc, visit greatlakesdisc.com.
All right, so you guessed how many. Can you guess which ones?
No. Hole 7, 272 feet. This is a tough hole. You got to get through that gap at the top of the hill, then have a disc that finishes pretty hard right, but you want it to be low so it does not leak out of bounds left or long. That's a lot of sidearms. I'm throwing a Luna straight into the tree on the left. That's my personal play. What do you do here?
Yeah, I'm doing that same thing,
Nice.
except with a mid-range, thrown onto that tree on the left, hoping it continues to turn to the right. Gives
call.
me a putt. As you were saying, tough hole here. This one actually plays as the second hardest hole in the course.
No way.
At
Okay.
.14 over par.
Wow. So not that hard.
No.
But yeah, this course, pretty simple, but you got to be on top of it to get a good score out here.
Yeah, not a lot of stroke separation with 15 holes playing under par.
Wow. That seemed like it was just a little bit too much. A little bit too much swing, a little bit too much speed out of the hand.
Yeah, this is a hole that speed control does come into play because depending on what disc you throw, too fast, you are going to get into that rough on the left side before it starts turning.
Andrew, once again, connecting with some early trees. That's a great approach. Nice touchy. You see the OB road right there. That is very close. Yep, not messing with that. Just laying up. Think Austin's going for it?
I was just going to ask, is this a putt you run on a day like today?
No.
You're laying this one up.
I think so.
I think the OB is just so close that it's smart to lay it up. And
That
We
looked like a
s-
layup.
we see him, give it a half bit almost, and it still goes almost out of bounds.
Yeah, he was a bit torn on that one. His body wanted to go for it, but last second his mind was like, nah. Let's be smart about this. Luke giving it a good bid.
Luke as well with that half bit, got the nose down.
Carding his first par of the round. Still 4 down through 7. Good pace. And I believe Dylan Lhotak, he was telling me the next rating update, he will likely have achieved his first ever 1,000 rating.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That
he's
is a huge milestone for any disc
making
golfer.
some moves. Yeah, impressive player, great skill set.
Stats here, though. 13 birdies is all on this one today.
It's surprisingly hard. Also surprisingly hard, hole 8. This is a weird little hole that you can do a lot of different things. The fairway moves slightly to the left, and the basket is located over this little cliff, I'd call it, on this descent or decline. And if you go too long, you are flying into those trees. And it is tough to get out of them. The common play is going to be this right here, just a little flex forehand. There's a nice little backhand skip route if you can get it. It's just a tough little hole.
Yeah, I like to throw that skip route that you're talking about, kind of land a putter flat with a little bit of hyzer. Hope you get the anti-skip. I think it was probably good that he caught that the way it was fading out.
I was moving pretty fast and pretty far right. Yeah, this is that skip shot that we're talking about. Maybe that's not the skip shot.
Yeah, that looked pretty high.
Yeah, that's going to be an awkward spot to the left, likely just laying up.
So, as quite a surprise to me, this hole plays as over par as well. 0.03 over par.
How many bogeys were there, though?
I don't know if I can tell you that one very easily.
I just think this hole is easy to bogey, but incredibly hard to birdie, and very easy to par. So I'm assuming there's majority pars.
21 birdies, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
So higher than I would have thought.
Yeah.
What a run.
scary.
Wow. Very, very gutsy.
Yeah, definitely giving it a run, but low, so if he did miss, he wouldn't penetrate too far into the woods. Good committed putt there from Luke.
I can tell you, I do know of one bogey for sure on this hole.
Or was it you?
Myself.
I'm sorry.
I started 5 through 6. Had a little putt on the left side of Austen here and off the top of the basket and down the hill.
Have you gotten over it? You're still working on it?
I think I'm
Okay.
still working on it.
Well, if you need a hug after this, I got you.
My man.
Austen, back-to-back pars. What's happening?
Well, it is the second and third hardest hole in the course.
That's fair.
So maybe that's it, I guess.
That's probably it. Andrew getting that birdie. Pushing himself down to -2 for the round. On to the final hole of the front 9. Hole 9, 551 feet, and there are a lot of trees. This hole kind of ushers us into the next phase of the course. There's a lot of holes, a lot of gaps that you got to hit, but there's definitely a fairway.
Multiple options.
Multiple options, yeah. So it's something that glides right, finishes slightly left, misses everything.
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can just have a disc that's pushing forward and slightly turning right the entire time, you're going to shape this fairway perfectly.
Yeah, I had an eagle putt in practice, which was pretty cool. That is so good from Andrew there.
And what did you throw to get that eagle putt?
My old Flippy Z Force. I hit it flat down the fairway, something like this. It glided right, finished hard left, and skipped to about 50 feet. Then I missed the putt.
Oof.
But I made the second putt.
Okay.
But
Player 2 coming in clutch.
Chad, I call him.
Chat.
Using all the fairway on this shot. Just got to miss everything.
Oh, let's go.
Huge. Absolutely huge drive.
That is the shot you want.
That makes the birdie so easy.
And actually, shout out Nicholas Gill, the only eagle on the day here.
Michigan local. That guy absolutely shreds. You might have seen him recently on lead card coverage at the Preserve, playing with the big boys, playing with like Calvin, Ricky, all those guys. So it was fun to see him showcase his talent on the big stage. Not great, but not bad. It's makeable. This is a par. I mean, eagle putt.
Oh my goodness.
This boy is dangerous.
His ability to give those, one, a look, but two, keep him close to the basket, it's very impressive.
Yeah, it's like a true safe run because you want to give the basket a chance, but you also want to stay close to it. And he's like under the basket after we thought it was going in. Let's go. Nice little stepper from Austen there to get back on the birdie bus. And that brings him to 5 down with 6 birdies on the round.
Andrew also cashing that one for his birdie.
Yeah, 2 eagle putts on this hole. That's pretty cool. You don't see that too often.
No. A lot of people have a hard time getting halfway down the fairway, and our card destroyed this hole going 4 down.
Yeah, no issues. Austen Bates bringing the heat right there with Luke Taylor. Quite a few birdies. Not that much red. They're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I would say it's expected not to see a lot of red on this course. Although it is tight, it is another birdie or die course. As always, we thank you for watching this coverage. We are here in Holt at Burchfield Park. We'll look for you on the back nine. As always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you there.